Eating at a Hooters for Women in Japan is a 2019 short documentary released by Vice Asia, an episode of Vice Asia's series Slut Ever. The documentary is presented by Carly Scortino, a Vogue sex columnist and Vice journalist. Slut Ever was founded by Carly Scortino and ran as a blog from 2007 to 2020, and was a show from 2018 to 2019, exploring intimacy and sexual adventures in an immersive and light-hearted environment. Eating at a Hooters for Women in Japan is an episode from the Slut Ever Shorties, a short-form series which explored Japan's sex industry, culture, and perspectives on gender issues. The documentary features the men of Macho 29, a cafe located in Shibuya, Tokyo. Macho 29 offers customers the chance to be fed and grilled meat by shirtless buff waiters. Through the documentary, we are introduced to three of the waiters, Kevin, Yamasaki, and Kogarashi. The documentary uses several participatory mode conventions. The participatory mode is used for filmmakers to interact with their subjects. Questions grow into on-screen collaboration, activities, and involvement. They involve real interactions, often using natural, casual environments to convey the direct involvement of the crew and the subject. As a creative driving force, serving as presenter, writer, and creator of Slut Ever's content, Carly uses documentary conventions to shape the story and encourage audience members to align and share her perspective. The host mentions her interest in Macho 29 due to its subversion of gender objectification, flipping the switch on the universal expectation of women being the token eye candy and adjusting that to male attractive stereotypes within Japanese culture. Carly is a very interactive participant in the documentary. She asks questions, feeds the waiters, and gets hands-on in her inquiries. The documentary presents the stylistic, detailed, chronological, short narrative using the participatory conventions. In the span of 4 minutes, the audience is introduced to the location, the premise of the cafe, meeting the waiters, and unpacking the direct relationship to Japan's cultural approach to sexuality. Through these 4 minutes, the documentary conveys a direct narrative and agenda, presenting a straightforward, blunt dive and investigation into a feminist's approach to gender objectification and the Japanese male's perspective. The host delivers an introductory piece to the camera and narrator track, providing context for the approach to the subject of content. Where? Shibuya, Tokyo. What? Muscular men feeding you meat and flexing their muscles. Eating at a Hooters for Women in Japan blends documentary content, mode, and style effectively and interactively. Through the participatory nature, the audience is shown the argument for blending gender objectification into normalized harmless practices, such as Macho 29. The message of sex positivity and the bending of gender objectification is reflected through the participatory nature, with the female host leading the conversations and guiding the questions. During the entire interview scene, she is positioned lower than the standing waiters, with her sitting at the counter. While this symbolically highlights the discussed themes of feminism and gender inequality, it also represents the relationship being mentioned, the line between customer and server. The close-up shots of Carly are high-angle shots, emphasizing the difference and boundary between her and the servers, who are positioned behind the counter and from lower-angle shots. Any crossing of this line between them is initiated by Carly, representing the respectful crossover that Macho 29 encourages. Mode and style are blended through the participatory nature of the documentary. The interview-led documentary is overlaid with B-roll footage, photos, and atmosphere shots to efficiently convey the message and purpose of Macho 29. As Carly interviews the waiters and inquires about their jobs, relevant footage plays over as they discuss their tasks and responses they aim for from clients. Eating at Hooters for Women in Japan is an interesting and insightful short documentary that provides a brief glimpse into a subsection of Japan's sexual culture. Carly Squartino blends discussions regarding feminism and gender objectification into a comprehensive and enjoyable interview and contextual narration. Thank you for listening.